Speak loudly. I was in the middle of edits. I was trying to rush to finish. It was a Sunday morning and my whole family was going to church, and I was like, no way, this is like 2 kid-free hours. I'm going to skip. I'm going to stay home and I'm going to do edits. And it's funny how sometimes when you have things in mind, higher powers, as it were, might have other things in mind for you. And so I had set up all my editing stuff in my bed and I was getting ready to go, and I just happened to click over to Twitter and happened to see the Speak Loudly post that Paul Hankins had put up. And I went to read it, and then I tracked back to Lori Halse Anderson's post and tracked back to Mr. Scroggins' post. And I got this really, really sick feeling in my stomach. And I started to shake and I started to sweat. And like it was denial, just like, no, I don't need to say anything here. Like, these people are totally taking care of it. Like, there's nothing for me to say here. Guy's an asshat. He obviously has no idea what kids need when it comes to books. We're just going to discount him and move on. And I got sicker and I got sweatier and I got more nervous. And I just sort of submitted and said, okay, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in here. And the biggest thing for me personally there, and this is like my biggest struggle of all personally, vlog confessionals. The thing that I struggle with most in life is balancing who I am with what I believe. Because I'm wildly inappropriate, if you know anything about me. And I can't stop. I spent about 35 years trying not to be wildly inappropriate, and then just said, screw it, this is who I am. And what I believe means that I'm a Christian. And historically, wildly inappropriate people don't really work in that community. Well, I mean, it totally worked for John the Baptist with like the whole locust honey hair shirt. But I'm not comparing myself to John the Baptist for lots of reasons. But when the time came to hit post, I thought, I'm really outing myself in a community as being a believer of things that aren't super popular, and kind of a more liberal type community. And not that I'm not, but I'm just going to stop now. I'm just going to read the post. So in that post, I really took a step of faith, both through what I believe and through the community that I'm involved with, to put me out there. And while that was cool and awesome and felt kind of freeing, yet was also terrifying, the coolest part was that if you look on that post, there are 118 responses right now. And the majority of them are from people like me who believe a certain thing and don't feel comfortable sharing it. And for whatever reason, they really connected with my words. And that's kind of the whole point as a writer. I want people to connect with my stories. I want people to connect with who I am. I hope that there's acceptance there. I hope that, I know there will be judgy McJudgersons, but I also know that 10 of those are worth 1 of someone saying, thank you for speaking for me. And that made it all worth it. That made Speak Loudly worth it. It made it worth it to once again see a community of people say, regardless of what they believed, you don't speak for me, man. in Missouri, you don't speak for me. You don't speak for what I choose for my children to read. You don't speak for my beliefs. You don't speak for me as a human. So, suck it, Wesley Scroggins. I'm going to have to cut that.